Many years ago, when I started out here, we really didn't have much codified in what makes a good CFO, which really, as we discovered, differs across contexts. And so what I decided to do was talk to a lot of people, come up with a framework, create some archetypes, and really think about what does this mean for us within the context of the assessments that we do. And so it resulted in us just having a clearer point of view where we could differentiate. This CFO is great in this setting, but perhaps not as good in this other setting. It was a combination of my own background, which is 20 years of finance, accounting, and mergers and acquisitions prior to ghSMART, and an understanding that CFO role was the number 2 role that we assess next to CEOs. And I just had an inkling that we could really make an impact with driving a lot more there. It's a misconception that it's only private equity backed or public companies. For sure, that is the vast majority of what we do, but we also do work with major nonprofits. I just assessed recently a CFO of a multi-billion-dollar not-for-profit, and we also do family-based companies too, especially ones that are interested in all that a CFO might do within the context of a family situation. So really it is a mix of private equity, corporate, including public, not-for-profit, and family-based. The skill sets that are important to succeed as an area expert are a few. One is just some level of domain expertise. It helps to have gotten that prior to joining the firm, but it's not absolutely required. You can develop some of that while in the role, and you can actually leverage the database that we have. It's pretty impressive. Another is just consistent and constant curiosity in terms of an ability to say, what's going on in this space? How might I figure out a new angle? And then I think a third is, how do I articulate and convey that information in a way that's going to be really compelling for clients, colleagues, and prospects alike? Success at the end of an engagement looks like a CFO confidently stepping into the role, knowing what they know, knowing what they don't know, and being comfortable that there's a path to close any remaining gaps. But by the time they step in, they should feel about 90+% confident that they've got all the critical domains covered, and they do. What I found in my own personal journey was that I thought the work in CFOs would be more self-contained, and I learned that it was not, that I could take the learnings of any function, things like how would you rate the maturity of the function when you joined and when you left, and those can apply to many functions, but it's also what can you do to take that up a notch. And for me, as an example, I've helped a lot of CFOs get ready for Wall Street. Well, then guess what? There are a lot of CEOs that need that too. And so how do you think about conveying what's critical for a CFO within a certain audience? How might that transfer to a CEO? That's the kind of stuff that really has a lot of impact, and it's been a lot of fun too.